Hey guys, and welcome back to a new sketchbook tour video. I know it hasn't been long since I filmed the other sketchbook, but as I am soon to be finished with this one from 2019, I thought I'd start making videos. I have some difficulty sketching time slots where I'm free enough to film during daytime with good lighting, so I took this opportunity and yeah, thought I'd go ahead and start because this will require more than one video, as this is pretty thick. And yeah, I'm almost finished with this. That's why I thought I'd start sharing with you. This is just a regular sketchbook. I like the size of the sketchbook a lot. And what I didn't like about it was that you couldn't use aquarelle colors or markers or anything really that was too heavy on the pages, because it soaked through and left smudges on these pages behind. But all in all, it was very good for pencil sketches and for everything that wasn't coloring, actually, aside from colored pencils, I guess. But anyways, let's go ahead and start with a sketchbook. That's just some things I wrote. The very first page is always my name, like my phone number. Please don't call me, guys. And yeah, it's end 2018 till end 2019 probably. And yeah, I always draw some, like anything really. I practiced some nature drawings with that to decorate the page, and this is one of my own characters. It's called Fluffle, and at the moment I'm creating a comic with that as a protagonist. And then just some random stickers I bought. As you can see here, it's like bleeding through, and this is what I particularly didn't like about the sketchbook, but other than that, it was really good, really handy. The size was perfect for me as well, even though I would have wished to have a bigger one with me at times, but if bigger, then it doesn't fit in the bag anymore. So yeah, this is just a basic design made with fine liners and markers, black ones, and this is text marker actually. It's just some futuristic face study comic style, and I kept going with the same style, I guess, like a really comic style, and then I colored some parts with text marker. And yeah, it's like some kind of druid magic kind of being, whatever. This is something I saw on Pinterest, I think, and I really liked the idea, so I try to sketch it into my sketchbook. It's really pretty, I think. And then I have like a sketch of our kitchen at home. I didn't finish because my mom was actually standing here in this spot, so I couldn't finish this part. Because I wanted to draw more landscapes and environments in this sketchbook. I wanted to try to go out of my comfort zone in order to like improve a little bit better and faster. And here I got to know Laurel D. Austin. She's a concept artist and freelance illustrator who worked for Blizzard, or is working for Blizzard at the moment, and I really adore her artworks. Yeah, and here I don't know why, but I sketched a bumblebee, and then I tried to transfer the idea into comic style. And then, as I wanted to improve my as I wanted to do more environment sketches, I used an online generator, and it always like gave me some topics. For example, this is marketplace, so I sketched a marketplace from random pictures I found on the internet. And then, as always, I love to draw costumes and armor and stuff, so I try to don't do it as much as I'd love to, because I am always doing it if I don't stop. But yeah, this is like... Then I was inspired by tattoo art, because I got my first tattoo as well. It's this one on the finger. It's really small, but... And I always like write down poems or like idioms that I find interesting. That's that. And yeah, again, some ideas about like with text markers and fine liners. And then I try to really catch more like wholesome pictures, maybe not sketches, but like really a concept for a bigger work. And this is like Battlefield with like a knight sitting in the middle. I just sketched it roughly in order to, at some point of time, I'm sorry, maybe get a better picture out of it. Then I had some environment art. For this I didn't use any references, I just jotted it down. Oh, and this was when I traveled to London. I just stuck it in here. Okay. Then for this I didn't ever finish the hair. Sorry. And I didn't finish the rest either. It was just very comic-y. Because I saw a lot of like really manga-styled artworks on Instagram and was kind of feeling inspired to create something gothic and manga style like that. Again, some play around with fine liner and text marker. And then I tried to sketch some skulls. I'm always trying to, as I said, try to sketch from real life things. This one was pretty okay, but the other ones were kind of bad. As you see here, architecture and movements are what I try to... I didn't do movements at all, I think, in the sketchbook, sadly. Then for this I drew a war pig. I thought about what could be the best ride, and a pig was kind of not the obvious solution, as well as a gorilla. I love the idea of a war gorilla, but I'll sketch that later on, I guess. Then for this we had the topic, at night the neon signs light up the Japanese side street. So I tried to find an appropriate picture and sketched it here. Then I have some character designs and just some, like I tried to sketch something that is not the usual pretty girl face I often do. And I tried to really create original characters and specific shapes, like not the average egg face, but like long and with corners and stuff, or with long ears. And then this is from a course I was taking where we referenced expressions, and I just kind of, this is a photograph, and I traced the lines of the photography and I sketched a single one here. Yeah. I love the hair of this one, but I think the face, like she's looking down, that's why her forehead is kind of big. Then I have another page with some sketches I tried to do. Here we have this dude whose hair is on fire, or is fire actually, and depending on his mood it is forming different shapes. And then we have the character I had earlier on as well. It's like made of straw, I think, and yeah. And then again some flowers, and like last Christmas I got a present. It was socks from my older brother, and there was socks for Dobby written on the present. I was so amused by it. I loved the idea. Thanks, I'm Dobby anyways. Yeah. And then I had a sketch in my aquarelle sketch. I don't know if you remember it, but in my aquarelle sketchbook I had this robot-like sketch in it, and I tried to put it into a bigger picture, into a bigger idea, but I never got to work out this idea in a wholesome picture, in a wholesome artwork. Then this is ancient Asian city. So I sketched a city that is ancient, for one, and is located in a river. Like this is water. I don't know if you see it, this is a boat. Then I always try to get some hand practices in. It's my own hand, by the way. Some tickets or memories, and an architecture tryout or a concept art maybe. It's inspired by old moving castle, and yeah, it's on top of a hill in Scotland, of course, sharp cliffs and stuff. Then I have my gang. This is the gang that I drew, inspired by the character concepts I drew earlier on, like the guy with the fire hair, my straw man. This is new, I love it. It's kind of, yeah, it's a slime or a pigment, I don't know what it is, but I love it. And then again some sketches, just the usual, my favorite Viking warrior design inspired. Then here I wanted to create an effect, and that's why I really drew those black lines very aggressively. And then we have some mushroom sketches. Like I saw this kind of face, like the 2 dots, and then this mouth right under the dots, and I was so amused by what kind of expression that created that I sketched a few mushrooms with that face. And this says, when the mushroom is on mushroom, that's this one. That's why his eyes are so large. And here it's ready to eat. This is just some sketches and my, like, a log of my dreams. When I wrote it down, I noticed it didn't make any sense, so I threw away the idea, but just so that you know, this is what happens when I think I dreamt something inspirational. And this is kind of inspired by like Tuareg. It's wasteland kind of, or the desert. Yeah, desert. It's the dessert. Okay, then we have some flight tickets and some cinema tickets and another robotic inspired sci-fi design. And then this very nice quote of, the only thing you have to fear is fear itself, which is kind of true. Then some expressions. I think you don't really see the pencil sketches, but yeah, this is just. And this page, I really hate this page actually. Yeah, this was when I took a break. I think I took a 4-month break of drawing anything, and then I started again, and I filled this in later on, like some fan arts I like to do, and just some things that I wanted to take a memo of. And this is for my Hanja Shiom. It's for my test in Chinese science. And yeah, this is after I touched a pencil after 4 months, and I sketched my friend who was willing to model for me. And you can really see how I struggled with the shapes. I think I skipped, yeah, with the shapes. And I have a lot of finding lines, like the lines are very thick because I didn't get it right so fast. So I really noticed how I didn't draw a long time and lost a lot of practice. So I had to get accustomed to drawing again, and yeah. Then I have some ideas. I always like write down my ideas and print them out like this, because then I can read them later on. And again, oh my god, look at this. Be gone. Some cinema tickets, stickers, and then there's a concept idea of a bigger picture. This is inspired by King Arthur's legends, and it's like a girl warrior or knight lying in water surrounded by all kinds of flowers and stuff. Yeah, maybe I'll draw this digitally at some point, but not now. This is another comic idea I have, and I hopefully will do at some point in time. And this is some concept sketches for this comic, and I'd love to do this comic as my master thesis, or as at some point in time I'd love to really visualize this idea, because I really love it, and she's the main character, and this is like some expression studies and some outfit studies. I went for this one because she's not that young that she can wear, I don't know, it was yeah. And then we have like another, just as you've seen at the beginning of the sketchbook tour, again text marker and fine liner, and some sketches again of faces. I really love the hair, like the 2 bubbles, and then yeah, I really love that. Another warrior, but I stopped at the hair. So I always stop at the hair, but yeah. And then I just sketched a guy who was posing, and yeah. This as well, some concepts. And for a bigger picture, like I'm actually drawing a series right now, and I plan to draw 4 drawings. The first one looks like this. Just a second. This is the first one. And I wanted to complete this with 3 other artworks that are focused on Gothic themes and focused on very detailed line work and black and white. And this is the concept for the second one. and you probably won't get to make much sense out of this, but it contains some animal skulls, so I made some studies of animal skulls, and it contains praying hands. That's why I tried to sketch some praying hands. But hands are really difficult, especially praying hands. I really struggled a lot with that. And yeah, this is in the waiting list, as well as so many other artworks. And again, some ideas. This is all made with just a regular fine liner and pencil. And I really got to love the hair of like the short pony and the short hair in general. This is like a jellyfish girl. Then again, some monsters and creature designs. Walking over, he's okay, no, I'm joking. And yeah, just some architecture, but I'm going to stop after this. I think the next half can wait until later. But yeah, this is a concept study again, focusing on knights in the old Scotland, or like King Arthur's myths and stuff. I really love the Nordic mythology and King Arthur myths in Ireland, Scotland. But anyways, that's it. Like, all these artworks are pretty old. Like, I drew them about 4 or 5 months ago, and the next ones are more recent, but I'll show you in the next video. Anyways, I really hope you enjoyed today's video as well, and thank you so much for watching my sketchbook tour videos. I really appreciate you and your existence, and yeah, if you liked what you saw, I would be really happy if you would subscribe to this channel, give this video a thumbs up, or, you know, leave a comment, tell me what you think, tell me what you want to know, and yeah, see you in my next video. Bye!